What's up, friends? Sweenholic here with a look at the New York Comic Con 2011 Transformers Prime Bumblebee Arcee 2-pack. I'm letting everyone know now I'm pretty new to Transformers. Longtime fans are probably not gonna like my noobish take on these, so if you prefer a more knowledgeable take on your Transformers reviews, you'd better go watch somebody else's. First, let's see the packaging, which in itself is a major draw for this set. Bumblebee and Arcee, as well as their human friends Jack Darby and Raph Esquivel, are displayed in front of a 3D diorama of New York City. The figures themselves are placed on a bridge with a slew of skyscrapers in the background. Way in the back, you can even make out Starscream and Megatron. There are three buildings on the left with the window lights on to take the shape of the letter N, the letter Y, and the Autobot emblem. The diorama is protected by a curved clear plastic window with the words First Edition printed on the top, and the New York Comic Con 2011 sticker on the right front. On the two inside flaps, there's more imagery of the city, including the Statue of Liberty. The outsides each feature one of the two Transformers from the set with their appropriate human companion. On the back, you can see each character in vehicle and robot mode, as well as a brief summary of each character. Before we get to Bumblebee and Arcee, let's take a look at the two humans included. Raph, who is Bumblebee's human partner of sorts, looks pretty much the same way he does on the Transformers Prime cartoon, with the exception of his orange sweater vest being replaced by a white one with New York Autobot emblem. Arcee's human partner Jack Darby also stays true to his cartoon appearance, while wearing a white New York Autobot t-shirt where his normal gray one would be. With the exception of neck mobility, each figure is completely static in position. They can be removed from their sand terrain stands. In all honesty, a lot of the paint apps are pretty sloppy. For example, Jack's fingers and Raph's glasses. Raph's eyebrows are even painted to match his glasses rather than his hair. Both figures really could have benefited from a wash or something on the face. It's more noticeable on Jack as it's hard to make out any details on his face other than his eyebrows and pupils. I'll be interested to look at these next to the human characters that come with the Transformers Prime Entertainment Pack once I get a hold of it. Now, it's not enough that these figures come in a New York themed package. Bumblebee takes it a step farther, as his paint job now indicates that he is a New York City taxi. As you'd expect, Bumblebee is primarily yellow in color with mostly black detailing, including the Autobot emblem on the hood. His windshields, windows, and headlights are a translucent blue plastic. His double-barreled firearm can be stored on his undercarriage in vehicle mode. Now, I'll spare you watching me do a detailed transformation sequence. It usually takes me a while to master these things, and I'm not quite there yet. Bumblebee is not terribly difficult to transform if you just follow the instructions. Seasoned Transformers collectors may even be able to do without them. Bumblebee's robot mode is pretty cartoon accurate. Obviously not as smooth looking as on TV, but probably as close as you're going to get for a fairly inexpensive Transformers toy. Bumblebee's eyes and back of his head are the same translucent blue as his plastic would-be glass pieces. You can even get the cool glowing eyes effect with a little bit of light. His firearm can fit into a hole on either of his forearms. As someone who's over 20 years removed from regular Transformers collecting, I'm always pretty impressed with the articulation in modern Transformers. Bumblebee moves at his neck, abs, waist, shoulders, elbows, forearms, wrists, hips, quads, knees, and ankles. The Bumblebee figure is fun, but I saved my favorite part of this set for last, which is Arcee. Arcee is the same exact toy as the regular Transformers Prime colored version. The big difference is she's in her vintage colors of mostly pink and white. She's got lots of metallic silver detailing, translucent blue windshield and headlight, and red Autobot emblem on her left side. Arcee does have a kickstand on her left side, but her blade weapons, which are stored on each side of her, kinda make it unnecessary. Like the show-accurate version, Arcee can be ridden by some 3 3/4 inch figures, which still makes me hope for at least a Jack Darby figure in this scale somewhere down the road. While Arcee's motorcycle mode is cool, I am absolutely in love with her robot mode. Except for having her classic colors, the face is amazingly toon accurate, with translucent blue eyes, top of the head, and ear areas. Just as beautiful is her build. As I said, I'm new to Transformers, so seeing this slender, less blocky female body type on a Transformers toy is amazing to me. Arcee is about as articulate as Bumblebee at her neck, shoulders, biceps, elbows, wrists, waist, hips, quads, and knees. Because of her more human-like body, action poses look more organic to me, as opposed to the blocky awkwardness which can sometimes be the case for a lot of Transformers. Beneath each forearm is a hole for her blade weapons. Now I know a lot of people, as tempted as they may be to play around with the toys, may be hesitant to open this set up. After all, it is an awesome display. Well, the good news is, you can do both. If you open it carefully, the diorama and packaging are completely preservable. I opted to toss the plastic coating of the street, which was where all the toys were originally held in, as well as the plastic cover so that I don't have to take the whole thing apart to change up positioning. If you're going to display the figures, it's best to either have them in vehicle mode or in a sitting or kneeling position. Otherwise, they block the scenery, and thus the purpose of keeping the diorama is defeated. I prefer displaying Jack and Raph without their bases, as the desert landscape looks really odd when they're standing on a city street. So far, I'm loving the Transformers Prime toys, and can't wait to further build this collection. I've got to give huge thanks to Pop Culture Network's #1 New Yorker, Rob Bass, host of Not Mint in Box and Comic Nation TV, who was awesome enough to grab this set for me at New York Comic Con 2011. Much appreciated, dude. And to everyone else, stay rad.